Yes. Oh my gosh, guys. It has been a very long day for yours truly, but it is me, your plus size book snob and connoisseur. Of course, it is me, Nostalgia Allure, and welcome back to like my third episode already of Bookshade. Like, yes. Okay. So let's get down to business, guys. For today's episode, I have a show update as well as I have another tag that I came up with, and this is the Paranormal Romance soft cover book tag. So this is just a tag of you showing your paranormal romance books that are soft cover instead of hard cover. Okay, so and I'm so sorry, guys, if I continue to like clear my throat today, because I just got over. There we go. Things are going out of focus. Like, what is going on today? But because this camera is like works sometimes and it doesn't want to work, and it's like, come on, bitch. But I digress. So, guys, let me tell you, for show updates, you know what I decided to do? Not only am I going to be giving opinions and commentary on the romance book genre, but specifically we're going to be focusing on paranormal romance, a historical romance, as well as the multicultural and interracial romance. But you know what I decided to do, guys? I'm also going to be playing video games that relate to books as well. So I'm really excited about that. And this program, of course, is focused for adults who are interested in those specific genres of romance. So I'm sorry if I continue to clear my throat like that. It's like, I think I'm coming down with getting sick again, and I'm just like, I just got over this shit, and it's like, I'm round 2, okay? It is a hot damn mess. So, enough of me talking all the shit that I talk here. Let's get to this paranormal romance soft cover book tag, okay? So let's take a look. Let's see what I got here. So, you know, guys, that I love Laurel K. Hamilton. Like, she is everything. Her work is everything. So I have here Incubus Dreams. I also have this one that has never before been published. This is called Mika. So this is another new book to the Anita Blake Vampire Hunter series. And guys, let me tell you, it was such a pain in the ass to get all these books down, but I do it for you as my book snobs out there, okay? My intellectual book snobs out there. All right, so next we have here, because you guys know I am a huge Anne Rice stan. I live for this woman's work, okay? So this book, though, I will say it wasn't my favorite. So this is Blackwood Farm. So I have that. I also have Servant of the Bones. One of my other favorite vampires in the Vampire Chronicles series that was played by Antonio Banderas. Oh my gosh, the vampire Armand. I love Interview with the Vampire. Hands down, that is a classic, legendary vampire movie. It is everything. Okay, so I have some more Lowell K. Hamilton here. So I have Blue Moon. I'm gonna make sure I keep these in order here, so when I'm putting them back, okay. So I also have Narcissus in Chains. Look at that. Look how hot that is. God. And Laurel's books can get steamy, okay? It can get really, it reverses menopause. Okay, that's what the romance book genre does for me. It reverses menopause. All right. So I think that's all I have soft cover wise for Laurel K. Hamilton. Now going back into Anne Rice, this book was okay. This one is called Blood and Gold. I also have these. Okay, so with the Vampire Chronicles, you have your main vampires like Lestat and like Claudia, like that kind of stuff. But then Anne Rice decided to like write kind of like on like individual characters. So this one is called Merrick, and this is also known as like the Tales of the New Vampires. And then of course, what started, guys, my entire reading like career in a way, and that is Interview with the Vampire. I also have, so you can see who I go real hard for. I love Anne Rice. Like the Vampire Chronicles, guys, I'm gonna actually reread it because I've read it once, but I gotta reread it again, and I will do individual reviews for the program. So now I have Tale of the Body Thief. And then this is book 2 in the Vampire Chronicles. This is pretty much like the biography of Lestat. And it's the second book called The Vampire Lestat. Oh my gosh, Lestat is everything. So sexy. Love his personality. I live for it. Okay, so then like I was saying before, Anne Rice decided to make kind of like extended stories in the Chronicles, and this is called The New Tales of the Vampires. And there's Pandora, and then I also have Pandora's story was okay. Oh hey, we got Dia. What's up? And welcome to the program. And Dia asks, what book are we talking about? Well, we're talking about this series from Anne Rice that is called The Vampire Chronicles, and it's literally one of the book series that really helped to modernize the vampire at that time in pop culture. So you have you had other like shows and stuff like that, like, you know, later on you had Buffy the Vampire Slayer, you had Angel, Charmed. Like these were shows that really kind of helped lay down that foundation for just pretty much having like, well, within paranormal romance and stuff like that, like prior to that, like paranormal romance was kind of seen as like a you know, kind of thing. But Buffy and Angel and all these shows that came after it really added this kind of coolness to the vampire again, but it also made the vampire modern. And if it was not for Anne Rice and Bram Stoker and many other people that we'll be talking about, the vampire like character would not be where it is in pop culture. Right now, the vampire character has died down in mainstream pop culture. Like ever since Vampire Diaries ended, now everybody wants to like cancel like vampire TV shows and movies and stuff, which is sad, but that's just what happened. You know, there was, oh, I can't forget, you know, Twilight, which terrible. But we'll talk about that in the future. I'm gonna start reading Twilight, that whole series, and I just want to see what the big deal was, you know. But you had Twilight, and Twilight kind of really escalated vampires back into the mainstream pop culture. And then once Twilight kind of died down, then you have Vampire Diaries, and then after that, it just kind of, it's been on an incline. Usually people who like vampire shows, it's a much more smaller kind of following, but it's sad. So all right. And Dia says, dude, I love Anne Rice. Yeah, I do too. I'm a huge fan. The thing I like about Anne Rice is that, like, prior to Anne Rice, like vampires were like the classical, nothing wrong with that, like your Bela Lugosi, that kind of thing. But I like the fact that Anne Rice added this humanistic quality, even though they're not human, but they were human. But just that reflection in Interview with the Vampire, really, that's what really like gravitated me to like read more. It's just it's a different approach to the vampire that I have not read, you know. And I read Interview with a Vampire, like I've mentioned to you guys many times, one day. It was that legendary of a book. So some of the other kind of side vampire stories, which is called the New Tale of the Vampire. So you have Pandora, you have Merrick, and then you also have Victorio. This one was okay. Now, if you want a really quick read, though, this one very short. Like, you could finish this in a day if you were really determined like that. And Dia says, bro, I want to cancel vampire shows too. They're not as good anymore. Yeah, there's you can find some here and there, but you know, okay, this is just me. I think the best vampire shows that I have watched recently are coming from overseas, specifically coming from Europe. Like, there are really good vampire movies and TV shows coming out of Europe. And another place that people would not think too is Asia as well. They have a lot of really good like Asian dramas that I've been watching that have like really good vampire characters in there, and just yes. And of course, hey, we got Jessie. Hey, and Jessie says, hi, how are you? I am doing pretty well. I'm trying to get over this cough. Man, it's terrible. Let me tell you, it is fucking terrible. But welcome to the program. For those of you who are new, of course, I am Nostalgia, but you can call me as Nostalgia Allure, but Nostalgia for short. I'll just call myself Nostalgia. So this is Book Shade. What we do here is we pretty much focus on just talking about books. Specifically, we talk about the romance genre, and we also talk about sci-fi and fantasy as well. So romance genre rise, I focus on multicultural, interracial. I also do web comics and stuff. Oh my gosh, yes. Okay, so Dia, oh yes. Okay, so Dia is mentioning, sorry I got a little extra, but I can get mad animated. So Dia says, have you heard of Vampire Prosecutor? Yes. Oh my gosh. Guys, I'm telling you, I'm getting back into watching that. I'll review it here. I have a cool segment that I'm working on. But guys, make it your business to watch Vampire Prosecutor. I just finished a while back season 1, but I may have to rewatch it to kind of get it refreshed in my brain. But that show is so good. It was so good. No, I haven't, Jesse. But oh my gosh, that show is incredible. The first season, you are just like, oh bitch, like, you know. But I'm on season 2, but I think I'm gonna go back, watch the first season again. And oh yes, okay. And Dia is like preach, queen. Yes, go on. No, a mess. Oh no. Oh, Jesse. But oh my gosh, I cannot. There are very few people. Yes, thank you, Dia, for the follow. I appreciate it, because reading is what? Fundamental. Okay. But oh my gosh, I never thought someone else would know of Vampire Prosecutor because it's such an obscure show. But damn, it is so good. And it was popular though at the time that it aired and everything. Oh, hey, we got Jesse. Thank you so much for the follow. Much appreciated. Yes. But oh my gosh, that show is the shit. The shit. Oh, thank you for knowing that. Oh, it's so good. All right, so what else I got here? I have. See here, what's the other one? Okay, so Anne Rice has other kind of like branched off. Oh, okay. Oh, well, thanks so much for coming in, checking out the episode. Just to let you guys know my schedule, I will have it updated. I'll be on Fridays and Saturdays. So I can only update the show twice a week, guys, because my schedule is crazy. I am crazy busy. So, oh, hey, we got Howdy. Thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. But, oh my gosh, yeah. Oh my gosh, Dia. So now I have someone that we can talk about the K-dramas, bitch. Yeah. I am so excited, guys. There are so many K-dramas and other stuff we're going to be talking about. Oh, I am so excited because it's very rare that like I meet people who like get it. You know, because when you're into like Asian pop culture, a lot of times people just think you crazy. You know what I mean? They're like, why are you watching those shows? I mean, they're not even in English. Like, you know, and it's just like, okay, that's kind of ignorant. Okay. All right. A show doesn't have to be in English for you to enjoy it, you know? And a lot of the times I watch like most of the shows that I like watching overall, like the people have accents anyway. Like I love watching like the British shows and all that shit, you know? So it's just you get used to it, you know? And oh, Howdy says, I love the Vampire Prosecutor also. Yes! That show is everything. And let me tell you, that prosecutor, Min, lickable. Oh my gosh. So fine. Fine Asian daddy right there. Oh my gosh. Sorry guys, I keep going like in and out of focus here. I gotta get a better camera. I'm working on it. Oh, also guys, for those of you, that's my announcement too. I will be playing games that revolve around literature. So what I mean by that is like, for example, guess what we're gonna be starting off with? Yakuza 0, yes! In celebration, guys, I live for this game. It's called Yakuza. Make it your business to get it, okay? And what's really cool is you can get all 6 Yakuza games on the PS4. So for those of you who are PS4 connoisseurs, look how long it took for that shit to happen. Oh my gosh. And Howdy says that the shows that are in English low-key are you saying it's because it can be different? Yeah, sometimes the show can have a different feel to it, you know? But I just hate when people are like, why are you like into K-dramas? Like, you don't even speak Korean. And it's just like, do I have to speak Korean in order to enjoy Korean pop culture? No. I mean, yeah, it does help, you know, so that like for interpretation, because a lot of times there's things in Korean that is completely translated different in English, you know? So I mean, it's good to know like the mannerisms and things like that in the culture, because then you enjoy the show a little bit more because of that relation. But like, I just hate that when people are like, I don't like watching like TV with like subtitles. It's just like, really? All right, I'm being messy. I'm being a little dramatic. Okay. But yeah, so getting back into it here. All right, so Anne Rice, besides the Vampire Chronicles, she also had spin-off kind of different series. So this series I really tried, guys. I tried getting into it. This one is called Tautos, and this is part of a series that she made called the Mayfair Witches series. and I just couldn't get into it. I really tried. I was like, okay, let me try this bitch. I read it all, you know, the main 3 books and everything. It was just drier than menopause. It just has a completely different, it's a completely different feel than the Vampire Chronicles, but oh my gosh, like, I just couldn't get into it. I couldn't get into it. All right, so this author, I don't hear a lot about, but her books are kind of interesting. So this one is by Elaine Berstrom, and this is called Mina, okay? And what Mina is, it's pretty much, guys, the main Dracula story, and it's a continuation of it, but it's from, I believe this one, I haven't read it yet, but I believe this one, just from my research, this is like Mina's perspective, so it's like kind of continuing a little variation of like what happened after Dracula. And then this one is another one. This one I haven't really fully read. This one is another kind of continuation of Dracula's story too, and this one's called Blood to Blood, and it says Dracula's story continues. So I want to give it a try. I'll have to read it in the future and let you guys know. All right, so the first book, oh my gosh, this book, guys, I was surprised I even finished this shit, from Anne Rice once again. This is the first book that you have to read if you're gonna get into the Mayfair Witches series, and it's called the Witching Hour. So I have this. This is a long read. Oh my gosh, it goes over the history and a mess. But yeah, I just don't like, I mean, don't get me wrong, there are crossovers that Anne Rice has done with the Mayfair Witches and, you know, the vampires, but it just wasn't that, it wasn't good in my opinion. It just didn't resonate with me. All right, so now we're gonna get to the stuff that I hate. No, I keep it real, guys, when it comes to like my book reviews and my commentary on stuff. Okay, so we all know Stephenie Meyer and the Twilight. Like, everybody that I know loves Twilight, but I'm like, why are... Because here's the thing, guys. Twilight, to me, is I can't even talk today. It's a YA crossover. There we go. It's a YA crossover series, so I have all of them. This is Breaking Dawn. I also have Eclipse. I can't wait to do my review on these. I'm gonna get so much shit for it, but you know what? It is what it is. Alright. And then I also have New Moon. But I won't lie though, the first soundtrack for Twilight was pretty poppin', because I do like Paramore, and that Decode song. Oh, so good. Alright, and then, because see, here's my thing, guys. Twilight, and I have like one more series, I am not going to be covering YA or YA crossover, because this is just me. It's not my cup of tea. I'll review these series just because they kind of go more into adult romance if you really think about it. But it is YA crossover. Like, that's what Twilight really is. Twilight is pretty much a watered down version of 50 Shades of Grey. That's just the best way that I can describe it. So then, of course, we got the first book, Twilight. But I bought it just because I was like, I want to see what the big deal is with these books, and why like adults are even reading Twilight, because like the reading level of Twilight is so like simple though, just to kind of keep it real. And Twilight doesn't seem it seems sophisticated when you watch the movies, but then from what I've been told, when you read the books, it's like a completely different experience. But you know what? I'm one of those people, I'll believe it when I see it, so I'll read through it, and then I'll give you guys my opinions on this book series here. Alright, and of course, to conclude here, all of these, so many books. All right. All right, so first I'll do them in order because I mean every woman has to have this book series because, you know, at the time, you know, 50 Shades of Grey, like it was the thing, you know. So for me, I got it because I wanted to see what the big deal is. Guys, I read through this trilogy. It's not that hot. Okay, I've read better BDSM than this. This is like basic level BDSM adult romance right here. Okay, so I have the first book, of course, 50 Shades of Grey. I may do a reading out loud on this because I think it would be fun. And then, of course, you have the sequel, which is the 50 Shades Darker. And then this one was my least favorite, even though it was, I'm so sorry, guys. I keep going out. I don't know why I keep going in focus and out of, there we go. But this one is the last one. It's called 50 Shades Free. And I'm sorry, but that was the worst of the trilogy. But then things got interesting with this series because I recently got this, I think last year. And E.L. James decided to come out with Grey, okay? So what Grey is... This is actually hilarious, guys. I gotta be honest with you. So what Grey is, it's pretty much the retelling of 50 Shades of Grey, but from the perspective of Christian Grey. It's fucking genius, though. Even though I don't care for the main trilogy, this shit is great. Just the condescendedness and the arrogance of Christian Grey, like you can taste it through the page as you're reading it, but it's fantastic. It's like, you know, it's like if Ron Burgundy came out with a book, it would have that same kind of feeling, you know? No, it would be completely different. But then I don't have the other one, which is Darker, which is the, like, it's kind of like giving Christian Grey's perspective on the second part of the trilogy. So I'm going to get that one. And hopefully she'll come out with the, I don't know what she'll call that one. But yeah, it is hilarious to read from the perspective of Christian Grey. It's his mind is, I'll just put it this way so I don't spoil it. It's fucking crazy. Fucking crazy. So alright guys, so that is my paranormal romance book haul or tag for Softcover. And then in my third part, I will be taking apart my my sci-fi and fantasy. That's one particular area that I'm still working on collecting books. But unfortunately, guys, because of like I don't have a lot of room, I can't buy a lot of books like that. So what I've been doing is I buy a lot of Kindle books. I have I'm telling you guys, if you're into more independent authors and stuff, you will fucking love Kindle Unlimited. I just got that. So that's where I get majority of my books now, is through Kindle Unlimited. Just because it saves me some space, okay? But yeah, in the vicious comment section below, you guys let me know what are some of your favorite vampire romance series or paranormal romance, because I'm always looking for stuff to read and critique and roast, because you know I'm good at roasting, let me tell you, okay? Yes, bitch, yes. Good God. All right guys, so I'm gonna get out of here. You can also keep in touch with me following ways. I am on Twitter, which is at bookshade1, and I'm also bookshade1 on the Instagram. So I'm gonna work on, you know, getting my Instagram looking good. I think they call it like bookgram if you're into books and stuff. So I'll have to do that too from time to time. Alright guys, so I'm going to get out of here. But I'm on, guys, once again, Fridays and Saturdays. I tend to be more on towards the evening, but sometimes I'm on in the day. It's kind of hard for me to do a set time, guys, because I work a lot. I work a lot, bitch. Okay? Get your life. But yeah, I'm on twice a week. So Fridays, it'll either be me critiquing or roasting a book, or I'll actually be doing a let's play of a game that relates to literature. So we're gonna start with Yakuza, and the reason why I'm picking Yakuza 0 specifically is because of the way that the storytelling is done. It's really wonderful, and this is a game where, guys, it is a long game. Like Yakuza, the Yakuza gaming series is just one of those series where you got to invest a lot of time. It's like Persona. It's another example of that, which we will be playing for sure. But yeah, just the story is just so compelling, and yeah, it's really, really good. So we'll play Yakuza 0 on like Fridays, and then Saturday will either be news or something else. You never know. I'm always coming up with interesting things, all right? But yeah, I love being here on booktube. It is a lot of fun. I've learned so much, so I know I just gotta keep doing it, and you know, hopefully my show will grow and get successful, and that would be awesome. But it takes time and a lot of hard work, and you gotta bust your ass, and you know, also make sure your camera is working. So yeah, I'm gonna have to get an upgrade to this camera that I have in the future here. But all right, guys, I gotta go, okay? But like I always say, remember to enjoy the darkness of reading.